Now I
Streaming
can.
live. We're good.
So
Okay,
here we go. I'm
here we
clicking.
go.
I'm
We'll start
clicking.
our open house closing ceremonies. So thank you so much for those of you who tuned in to the lives that we did. It was really fun for us.
It was so fun. I have not worn makeup every day since before the pandemic. This is like a record. I had not
Wow.
worn makeup, and so I refused today.
Good.
We're
I'm
here.
glad. It's a
We're
perfect way
here.
to celebrate. Perfect way to
That's right.
celebrate.
That's right. But
Hey,
it was so fun, wasn't it? Wasn't that
it was
fun?
really fun. Yeah, I was just amazed at how good and amazing of people that we have as our
Uh,
guides.
really,
And
really like grateful, like really, really in awe that we could rub shoulders with such amazing people. Like every single one,
yeah, and they're so
every single one.
unique and yet the same at the same time, in some ways. Like they just have
Yes.
such amazing abilities and gifts and learning that they've done that just really adds so much value to the library.
Yes. Yeah. So we wanted to kind of go through a little bit of what we talked about. So tell
Yeah.
us, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So our first one was Jackie,
Yep.
and she's the therapist. All of the letters at the end of her name, clinical social worker, blah 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 blah. Not blah blah blah. Like they're really important letters. I
They're
just can't
very
remember what they
important.
are.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, she just was able to talk about addictions and attachment and yeah. What stood out to you, Michelle?
Well, I thought it was so good. So yesterday I got to talk to her. We actually had our therapy, and I said, I says, I really appreciate the fact that in this conversation we're going to stop and talk about sex addiction or any kind of addiction or whatever. And she was like, really? And I said, yeah, because we're talking about wholeness. We're
Yeah.
talking about wholeness here, and some people have to find wholeness, and that's part of their lives, whether it's them or whether their family members are affected by addiction. That has to be part of the equation. So even if our goal is to get clean, of course, but then we've got to create a whole life. And I think instead of saying let's pretend like that never happened, I think wholeness means that you incorporate that and you say, this is what did I learn, what how did I grow from that experience. And so I told her, I says, I'm really appreciative of those conversations that maybe are a little more difficult. And when we had our events, that was a goal each time. We had a very difficult conversation. And the first one was wholeness, finding wholeness through addiction. And we had a parent of
Mm.
somebody that was an addict. We had um, different people that were addicts on there, kind of telling their different story. And it started out with the mom, who is Elise, who's one of our guides. And she's like, you have to get to the point where you accept, where you allow this as part of your life. And I'm not saying that's easy. I'm not saying that's an easy journey. But if we're just in resistance to these difficult things in our lives, sometimes that's what makes them last longer. So
Yeah, like
um
the shame of it, all that kind of just like feeds it. And I feel that like when I talk to therapists and they're like, yeah, I'm a addict, thing like there's not a lot I could say that probably would shock them. And it surprises me every time. But it's just they accept that that's part of our experience and take that shame away from it. I think that's a really important part.
yeah, and if when we asked Jackie one of the questions, I was really impressed by it. It's like, what good do they what do they get if they're addicted and they want to get better, kind of a thing. What would be the benefit? And that was her benefit. She says, because I bet you have a lot of shame, and that's for her to say, and we'll help you deal with that. That's really special. So, and like I say, so that's wholeness to me. That's
Yeah.
wholeness. So I told her, I says, and she says, I wondered if you ever wanted any of my stuff, because she deals with difficult things. And I said, yes, because those are
Yeah.
real life. That's
Yes.
real life
Yeah.
for people. So
Right.
so
If you're not
we need to
digging into
try.
that stuff, yeah, you're pretending. You're kind of like missing a whole big part of this human experience. I totally agree.
Yep, yep. So it was really important to have her on, I feel like, and let's go there. I'm always like, let's go there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Jackie's so
And
good at that.
just remind you where you can find her. She has her Thanks for Sharing podcast. That's really, I'm always
So
just
good.
so impressed, like thinking like, I don't think I want to listen to a whole hour talking about whatever topic she has. And I find myself wanting more at the end. It's crazy. So it's a really good podcasts. And then she has classes right on the Wholeness Network.
She has a really good class that you could just take. It's about attachment, and it's all about, I'm telling you, you will see the world differently. You will learn about yourself. You will see your loved ones differently. Like, it changes everything. Learning attachment, this attachment system is so good. And she reaches and does all these different avenues that you would never think of, but it's really, really good. And that's in the classroom. That's the classroom. And then she has multiple videos in the library. One that's the art of being yourself. I mean, come on. How to, make, how to be able to have needs and wants and be able to speak those.
Yeah.
Really valuable. Really, really valuable. So, and then there is a little video on sex addiction and what that looks like. And she's just so hopeful to people. I just can't. I just think that's amazing that there's people like her willing
Yeah,
to
because
walk that
I
line.
really do think she meets you where you're at, and where you're at is fine. Like, there's no like, gosh, we have so long to climb. I've never felt that from her, and I don't have a lot of interactions from her, but I just feel like, okay, this is where we're at. Like, let's keep going.
Yep.
And man, that is a gift. I really do believe that that's a gift.
It's a gift. And the thing is too, is that what I appreciate about her, I was telling her, I says, she gives you facts. She gives you hope, but she also walks the path with you. I mean, she never makes it sound like you got to go do this. She always has a we attitude about
Yeah.
it, because she's open about her own issues she's had in her life, her own
True.
hardships. And I just value that a lot. I value that a lot. So
yeah. And then one more plug before we move on. She does have her class coming up about
yes.
conversations with couples. Is that kind of?
Yeah, it's called Beyond Words, and it's really about, we're going to be talking about it for the next couple weeks, because I'm going and you're going.
Yeah.
And it's really about how to have those conversations. That was one of the first things we learned in therapy that she was so helpful with, was to recognize when we get activated, and then when we're talking from that activated space, we're not having communication, and so she gives you a real live way to be able to do that. I'm telling you, you'll leave the class and you'll be able to have better conversations. Easy, done.
Good.
She's
I need
so
it.
good. I know we need it.
Yeah.
We need it. The stakes are high when we're vulnerable with our especially our partner or our spouse,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's coming up. It's like $350 for 5 weeks. And your couple.
If you've ever paid for therapy, that's a deal.
Yes, yeah. That's a deal.
And she might even, I don't know, I'm going to ask her. Like, I wonder if she could take HSA. I bet she can. I'll have to ask her.
That's a good question. She
follows it through. Anyway, I guess I'll fill you in if I find the answer to that, so you can for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah. And our next guide was Graham.
Tuesday.
And Tuesday. Yeah. And I looked up Gnostic Mystic because I was like, okay, I'm going to figure this out, what he calls himself. I still don't even really know. He's just great.
So you do not find. So I think, I think it's more like a little bit open to mysticism. I think that's a way you
in a religious framework, right?
It's more of a spiritual framework, I would say.
Okay.
But I don't know. I could.
The definitions were all over the place, so that's why I was like, okay. Google is failing me. Sorry, Graham. I'm trying to understand you better, but
I know it's so good. But he always, the way he just is full on in the middle of a conversation, like just very present, so present, and has so much knowledge. He's just coming in with it. It's sometimes overwhelming. You're like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? And but
I want to know if he carries his tarot cards around in his pocket, because like when we first had a conversation with him, he's like, okay, well, let's see what the cards have to say. And I'm like, dude, it was awesome. Like, I'm not complaining. I think it's awesome.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. And I could just listen to him talk all the time. He just has that night, like his accent, and it's like this soft, whispery kind of voice that is just amazing. And we're excited. We met him, and then he's been on adventures all summer. And so hopefully by this fall into next year, we'll have some videos with him, or some classes, content with him. Yeah. And then I think we're gonna record a podcast, just something here, along here somewhere soon.
And it's amazing to me when he tells it about these adventures or the people that he's interacting with. They just show up in his life. It's incredible. Like, he was telling me how he met his podcast partner, and was like, oh, well, he invited me to do something, and now we're friends. And
And they don't
Wow.
even live in the same country. They don't even live in the same
Right.
country. Yeah, it's kind of
No.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of want to follow him around and just see kind of what magical things happen, I think, because it sounds like it
Wait to
does.
see when his beard stands on end. Like I just like live for those moments. I'm like, oh my gosh, yay. That's so cool.
Totally, totally. But yeah, and then he just opened up sessions that you can book with him. So that's kind of exciting because he hadn't been doing that for a while. But he's really fascinating because he does have that psychotherapy degree
Yeah,
and he does have, and then he is that opera singer. Like he has a little bit of everything. It's kind of fascinating, isn't it?
it is. It really is. Yeah, talking to him, I always feel like I learned something new about who he is. And
I
I'm like, how
know.
many more surprises are in store for us? But I don't bring him on. I love everything that he does.
Yep. Yep. And then Wednesday we had Linda, which is always so
Oh,
fun. It was kind of fun to go from Ireland Tuesday to New Zealand Wednesday. That just like pleased me so much because that's what we're
yeah.
looking for. We're looking for a worldwide network. And so I loved that jump. I thought that just is amazing to me that we get to hang out with people all around the world.
I agree.
Um, but she is a gem. Like she is
Yes.
a gem. And her classes, she's got some videos in the library. And then in the classroom, she has multiple classes. And I am telling you, they will change you. They will change you.
Yeah.
There's a mother wound, a father wound, a witch wound, and a money wound. And I'm telling you, do what it says, follow what she says. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you will have insights. You were just saying you were doing some journaling the other day. Isn't it like you would never come up with your asking yourself those questions?
No, I never would. And it's interesting because it's not invasive. It seems
Mm-mm.
very gentle, and yet the results are so big. And I was thinking, when you have your knee hurt or your ankle hurt, like that's a really concrete hurt and you believe it and you're with it. But when your energy is hurt, you just sometimes don't know it until you start to notice it getting better or different.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, and
True.
I just love that Linda like has that gift. She can tune into to that, and and also it's pretty universal. Like if you're not the only one whose energy is suffering, and like let's clean it up. Let's like when you help yourself, it helps everybody, and when everybody I don't know. It's just this awesome energetic idea that she has made with these infusions and some of the things that she has to offer, and it's
Yeah.
really healing for
And
lack of a better word.
it really is. And it's like, oh, let's just figure that out. Let's just get rid of that. Or and it's not even getting rid of. It's like, let's find a different way.
Yeah.
Because so you've got the journal prompts that help uncover all the things. And then you've got the infusion that's an energy work. It's some energy work. And then you've got the affirmations or the statements that feel it back. It's just a restatement of the issue. Like by the time you're done, you're like, oh, I think I can see that in a different way. It's
Hmm.
pretty wild. It's really awesome.
Yeah, and she just has that love for mankind that
She
you
does.
just feel when you're with her. Like I've never felt shamed. Like even she
No.
had to bring when we were doing the vows, I did some vow work with her, and she helps you kind of go past through some of the vows that maybe you've made in
Yeah.
past lives. And she had to say something like really kind of hard, but it didn't even seem hard. She's like, maybe you took advantage of someone in another life, but it's like, fine. You know what? Like we all go through stuff, and
Right.
there was like no shame. It was like, this is the human experience.
Yeah.
Let's work on it. It's cool.
She has I like absolutely no like layers on. She is just who she is. Like she is just pure. I swear. Like she just is
Mhm.
who she is. I love it. So,
Yeah, and I
oh,
want to give her a shout out because she's teaching a really huge
that's
class.
right.
And
Yes.
was it in Wellington, the
Wellington.
capital?
Yeah, the first time she's getting together in live and in person class since the pandemic. It's just, first
Yeah.
that's the way it is. It's the way it's been. And so this was her first time she's holding a class to kind of teach people to do energy healing. And yeah, good on her. I think it was actually yesterday because I think
Oh,
it
it
was
was. Oh,
Saturday and she's
she's in the
tomorrow.
future. Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think I think she had it. We should ask it. We should see how it went. But I bet
Yeah,
it
we
went
should.
amazing. Oh, if it
Yeah.
wasn't a 20+ hour flight,
And a couple $1,000s, we would have
maybe
been
we'd
there.
go. Yeah, we would have gone for sure. All right. Thursday we had Karen, who is
Yes.
always just uh always has great things to say. I threw total curveball at her with her question. It was like this big gigantic question. And my husband had meetings, and so he logged on. He's like, I literally logged on the second she finished that, because I showed her, I'm like, you got to hear what she
Oh,
had to say about your question. And
oh yeah.
he, you know, and he she so she, when we listened to it again, and she did such a great job. Like, she answered
Yeah,
that question amazingly,
she did.
perfectly. It was
She
so great.
Yeah, she's so smart and she has spent so much time studying. And I have to think that some of her medical school had to have trained her to be able to like really dig in and really learn some of these really deep principles. Like Linda was, she made a comment and they're like, this is so big. Where do I even start? And yet Karen also has this like sprite energy to her.
Right.
And it's just, like I said, when she talks about it, it just lights her up. She's giggling, she's laughing. And so it's
Yep.
so interesting to be around someone. She's talking about some serious things
Yeah.
sometimes. And yet there is that element of like, life is fun. Life is good.
Yes.
This is going to work.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, she does. She holds those two worlds very well.
Yeah.
This mystical world and this scientific world together beautifully. And we're excited. She's got a couple things in the library. She's helped us every month this year,
Yes.
doing a little forecast each month for the podcast. And I learn stuff every time. I'm like,
I do
I
too.
didn't
And
even
I
know
feel
that was
so
me.
lucky to have that. I'm like, I can't believe she said yes to that because
That's a lot of work. I know.
it is. And it's really helped me. It's really
It's
helped me as I've gone through the month.
totally.
And one thing about Karen too is she is a great I called it a collector and connector because she just I I know I talk about nerds gummy clusters a lot, She's kind of one of those that people just kind of attach to her, and she has helped us find extra guides and people. Like when we visited Suzanne Giesman, we went to like a book signing kind of event, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I know Karen. She's in my phone, like right
Yeah.
here." I'm like,
She's like
that's
one of the first people I call. And I was like, well, I know
okay.
Karen too. Like, I was
I
like,
know.
me too. I'm that way too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Karen is amazing. She's amazing. I can't wait to see where she goes and what she does. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, it's gonna go. That's why I'm like holding on for dear life. No, Karen, take me with you.
Yes. And she
I
will.
love it.
I
She
think she
will.
will.
She will. And then Friday, Megan, like
Yes.
our Gen Z. I mean, I felt she was so funny. She was so worried. She was nervous.
She
She was
was.
so nervous. And which I was made me laugh because she's so great. Like, she's
Yeah.
so great.
She
She is
answered
so
every
nervous.
question. Like there wasn't any pauses. Like
Yeah, she
she knew her
did
stuff.
fine. She did fine. And I really loved having somebody that's on there talking about fitness. And it's not like there's like, she doesn't have ego in it, which
Mm-mm.
I think is easy to do, or easy, but it is her passion. Like, and she wants people to feel really good inside. She doesn't just, it's not just all about what it looks
Yeah.
on the outside, but she's going to follow them. And I love that about her. And she's so kind, she's
Yeah.
so kind. And she's like, you guys are so nice. And I'm like, you guys, you're nice. you're,
Yeah.
you're
I just
great.
even think about like the people that, showed up to her graduation and had shirts made of her face. Like, that someone really cares about you or that you've been really cared for. If someone would go to the lengths of making a shirt with your face on it, like they felt so
Right.
loved and cared for, in that Silver Sneakers program that,
Mhm.
that really says something about who she is. And like you said, what her intentions are in that field. It's not just to keep people skinny, right? That's
Right.
not her point.
No, not at all. Not at all. And she's this gorgeous girl, and she's cheering you on. And
Mhm.
I just love that. She like brings you into her circle.
Yeah.
And that's kind of lost a little bit. So yeah, that was
And I
great.
enjoy her, where we're getting, I don't want to say older. Okay. I'm not going to say that, but I really enjoy her youthful enthusiasm. It really lights me up. It helps me to like, okay, I can keep going. Like you said, as a cheerleader, I do feel that way.
Yes. Yes, it's true. I know. Yeah, it's so fun. And so we're hopefully going to have some things in the library for her. But we did that podcast. I can't remember what number it was, but she's just fun. She's a delight.
She
And
is fun.
her with her dad, it's worth listening to their podcast,
It
Self
is.
Help Hangover, because
They're funny. They are funny.
he is like, just goes with her, just goes with it. And I have
Yeah.
to admire that. He just, okay, lets her be her own person. And I
Yeah.
think that's really, I really admire that.
It's a good parenting, yeah, thing. And one
Yes.
thing I wanted to bring up when she was talking, we kind of went by it really fast, but she talked about that lady that kind of took her under a wing and did that program for her. And that
Mm-hmm.
was where she was like, oh my gosh. And it reminded me of Madison
Mm-hmm.
on Love on the Spectrum when she said, hey,
Yes.
my mom's or my friend's mom like was like, hey, let me show you this thing. And she showed her how to make bracelets and it like changed her life. And she was like, this lights me up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think, that's what we want to do for you is like we
Mm-hmm.
want to provide people that when you see what they're doing, you see what they have to offer, you think, oh my gosh, that lights me up. I know I found it. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say that like Michelle has done that for me in
Mm.
some way. She showed me things and talked to me about things and just been with me is kind of like was it Graham that talked about the lantern
I think
on your dark
so.
path? Like you've been that for me. And I just am really grateful that you've let me come and be part of the Wholeness Network and really just find these people and let them shine at the same time letting us shine. And I thank you for being that guide for me.
Well, thank you. You are helpful to me, and you don't know it. You don't know it, but you bring that fun. You bring that let's do it. You bring that like helpfulness that I admire. And yeah, we're all on a journey. We are all on a journey. There's if you don't think you're supposed to be, watch out. Or if you haven't had one yet, for sure join the library, and we'll be there with you. We will help
Yes.
you out. We'll walk along that journey because it is, we're here to grow, we're here to evolve, we're here to transform. And that's not always a pretty process, but we
Mm.
can do it together, and we can have some tools that make it a little easier. And that's what the Wholeness Library is all about. Is it's like, you know what? This is a resource. You don't have to do it alone. Let people whose passion is to help you, that's their passion. We don't have people on that are just wanting to have a name, or none of, they're all
Or be in
very
charge and tell somebody what to do. That's not,
right. No,
yeah.
no, they're not, and they are all very very interested in the well-being of those that
Yes.
they support, and that's really important
Yeah.
for the Wholeness Library. And yeah, more to come, more exciting things we got. It's exciting to kind of meet new guides and have them present new ideas and new ways of looking at things on the library. So also, if you are a, practitioner, reach out. Maybe we can find a win-win situation for both of us, because we're here to network. That's literally what we're, the
Yeah.
network.
Yeah.
We're
We
the
want to
network.
fill the library with people that have gifts that we don't even know about yet. And if that could be you, even if you're just at the very, very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
let us see if we'd be a match to work together, because when, like we said at the beginning, or we've kind of maybe said all along, when one person heals, all of us heal.
Yep.
And we need it.
Yep.
Unprecedented times, like Karen said.
Yes, and as as practitioners, it's hard to be alone, and so let's
Mm.
kind of work together and support each other. That's one thing we talk about with any experts or guides, we call them, that we've talked to, is that we are here to have a group of abundance, and what that means is that we can cheer each other on. And if that comes up inside of us where there's like feelings of judgment or feelings of jealousy, which or envy, which is a human experience. We're not to shame it, but that just is an invitation to say, okay, there's more to do, but our goal
Yeah.
is to be in that abundant state and cheer each other on and believe with all of our heart that there's enough for all of us. So
Yeah.
it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to have that attitude a little differently than I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter to compare it, but it's just I haven't been in a situation like that too often where everybody cares about everybody.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
not
feel
an
like
us versus them. It's just us.
we're
And yeah, I really want to have a world where it's all of us in this together.
yes, yes,
Yeah, we hope you were able to take advantage of the free week of the library. If you weren't, then we have coupon codes. They abound.
Dave.
So yeah, you can use, which one did you pick for?
I think there's one called Open House,
Yeah,
um,
use that.
and in fact, I think I have it here. And you can just say Open House, or Linda Nevin or Graham or Jackie Pack or
Or Megs, I
Karen
think.
Crawford or Meg. Yeah, Meg. And you can
And
get
get that
$5.
$5. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, you can use it on anyone. So like if you use it on a yearly, it's like a really good deal. It's like a really good deal
Yeah.
because you end up getting almost like 3 months free. So, and then remember, it's not just the library. We meet online
Yes.
and we really need you to come play with us online. We had so much fun this month. Um, Shalene talked about making your home your vision board. And it was awesome. It was
It
so
was
fun. I had
fun.
good ideas. I have my pumpkin in the right spot now.
Oh,
So
good.
if you,
And it was southeast or
Southeast,
north.
yeah. If you don't know what that is, then you better be here next month. And if
Yes.
you're not a member, you can come to the lives. It's $8 per person.
Yeah.
So you're always welcome to come. Nobody's excluded. But if you're a member, you get to come for free. So anyway,
And
yeah,
it feels good to be with people that are going to build you up. And the people that we've had come, it feels, sometimes you don't have a community of people that are next door, living next door to you. And
right.
this is a way for you to find people. And I promise you that you will make connections with people that you will feel like you can give and you can take and have that really good relationship with.
Yeah, and quick too, like when we do those, we have a little bit of a like we do an energy clearing, so it's like getting a session of energy clearing. We have a little topic that we talk about, and we kind of devote most of the time. We want people to ask their questions, so it's like it doesn't have to do with the topic, but it's like, hey, I'm really struggling in this area, or hey, this is not working, and we're gonna stop and we're gonna work on that. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
like whatever support is needed, that's what's going to happen in that period of time, because you need it. And it's, I know it's vulnerable to ask and to reach out and be part of it, but you can also get support. Like that's what it's for. And then we do a card pull, and it's fun, but it's really there to be like, how can we really support people in real life? We have the library that's there, but we want to also provide, in real life. And so that's what that's about. It's fun, super
Yeah.
fun. All right. Well, I
Hey.
can't believe it's over. I can't believe we have been planning this for
Oh,
months and it's over. It's so
and it worked
exciting.
out so well. I'm
It
so
was so fun.
pleased.
Me too. It was so fun. And so you have till tonight, midnight tonight, to look at the library for free, the Wholeness
Uh,
Network, thewholenessnetwork.com. And then you just click on library and go for it. Go for it. So anyway, thanks for joining us. If you joined us
yes, thank
anytime
you.
this week, and it was good being with you, Shalene. Thank you so much for
Yes.
all of your effort and all the good questions and all that. So anyway,
Yeah. Same.
everyone, we'll see you later.
Hey, bye.
Bye. Oh, I don't want to do that.